I was doing a show with Bruce Boxleitner called Bring 'Em Back Alive. And they're shooting at Indian Dunes. And what basically happens is the motorcycle goes over the cliff. It's hanging on the cliff, and it's got a sidecar. And the girl is in the sidecar, and it's just hanging there. And so Bruce has to rappel over to grab her. She grabs her, they swing back, the bike drops and explodes. And we're 100 feet in the air. So we get there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they got to shoot this now. They hired a mountain climber, and it's all rigged, and get on the rigging. And the one thing that Mickey Gilbert and all these guys taught me, check your rigging. Don't ever, ever, ever get on anything that you haven't checked. If something happens, it's not their fault, it's your fault. So I go, okay, I want to see how it's rigged. Nah, we hired a mountain climber, ready to go. I said, I'm not getting on the rigging unless I see how it's rigged. Well, if they could have fired me, they would have. But it was too late. And on top of that, I was doubling an Oriental girl. And there was a brand spanking new girl, Oriental girl, that wanted to double her. And they had hired me instead. So she turned us into Screen Actors Guild because I was doubling a minority without permission. So they had already been turned into Screen Actors Guild for that. And now I'm saying I won't get on this rig unless I check it. So Gary Epper, which was Jeannie's brother, was doubling Bruce. And he was just finished getting dressed. And I said, I want Gary out here. You get him now. And I told him what's going on. I said, I want to see the rig. He says, absolutely. And I said, you guys get me up on the side of the mountain and let me check this because I'm not getting on it. Shoot something else. So they finally agreed to shoot something else because I wasn't going to do it. We go up there. Now, they get us up there. There's an eye hook, huge eye hook in the ground that has the motorcycle, and it has the repelling gear in it, the line, okay? There's no backup ties on the repelling. There's no backup ties on anything. So we asked the water truck guy if we could, his truck was up there, if we could tie off on him, and he said no. There was also a tree up there that wasn't very far away. So we had enough repelling line that was rolled up on the ground. So we took the end of the repelling line, we wrapped it around the tree, double knotted it, and went back down. I've learned one other mistake we made since then, but regardless. So they put me in the rig. Now, Gary's supposed to swing over and grab me, and we're supposed to swing back, and the bike drops, right? He swings over and grabs me. Now, I have my carabiner. I hook into his repelling line, and we do this. And we go, okay, what just happened? And we're trying to hold on to the mountain. Well, the mountain's all shale. It's coming off in our hands. And I remember looking down to the crew going, get us down now. And it was split seconds. It felt like longer. And the whole crew's standing there with their mouth open. And Gary yells, and they get us down. The eye hook came out of the ground. Our backup tie saved our lives. There was no way on this God's earth that we could have been 100 feet in the air in shale and try to hold on to that mountain. It was not going to happen. The mistake we made was we only had one repelling line. We should have had two. He should have had another line when he came over, so I hooked into a separate line because we were so vulnerable on one line with no backup. But we didn't think of that. All I could think about was there was no backup for us at all. So at least we had a backup. So now, nobody's saying a word about the fact that I held up the company. Nobody said a word about that. So then we had to go to Screen Actors Guild because of this lawsuit with this Oriental girl. And once we explained, she wouldn't have known. She wouldn't have done anything. She would have gone in the ring and been dead.
Right.
So once we explained it, Screen Actor Guild dropped the case and said, you have to hire experience. That's more important. A gag like that.
Right.
Something easy, fine. Start the new people out, but don't,
Right. So
that was why you check all your rigging and why, you you make sure the actor's safe. You make sure your person's safe. Accidents happen. That's why they're called stunts. They're not that easy. We try to make them look easy, but you just don't know.